Hey everyone, Kathy the Vegan Prepper here, and today we're going to be talking about the super interesting and riveting topic of spreadsheet organization of your food storage. So, fully understanding the buckets of boring that we are about to unleash, let's go ahead and get into it. Vegan Prepper. Vegan Prepper. I have about 6 months of food stored up in all these various totes and buckets over here, mostly in 1-gallon bags. And so obviously it's an organizational necessity to know exactly what is where at all times. And so that is something that I really want to share with you guys. Not only do I know where everything is, but I know that it's about 6 months of worth of food because of the system that I have for organizing. And so I use Google Sheets. It's free. If you have a Gmail, you have access to drive.google.com and you can access sheets inside of your drive and create your own little inventory. And so I'm a little nervous about showing this because it's my real food inventory. Probably for OPSEC, I should not be doing this, but I feel like if I want to help people, this is what I have to do. I don't think it will be very helpful unless you can see it in action. And then also, I just don't have the mental energy to make a fake. Okay, so this is our real food storage, what we actually have on hand. And then hopefully you guys will really appreciate this. Give me a like, okay? Subscribe. And then the reason that this came up was because I needed to pull a 1-gallon bag of oats from my storage. And I realized, of course, I've touched on this before in other videos, but I've never made a video showing exactly what I do. I knew exactly where to go to get this bag. And yeah, so it was just great. Like, it was just easy. And so let me go ahead and get into actually showing you the sheet itself. It's going to be super high tech, just filming my computer screen because I'm low tech, very low tech. So hopefully this is good and it will give you the information that you need to create something similar for yourself so that you always know what you have and where it is. I'm just going to show you this so that the next part makes a little more sense. We have these totes here with the numbers. They are incorrectly labeled on purpose because I don't want to look quite so crazy if somebody happens to come into this room. All of this is food storage, but it's all labeled with other things. And so basically, I have numbers on all of my totes, and then down here we have buckets that also have numbers. And then, like, for instance, there's a large tote up here, also incorrectly labeled. It is full of food. And so I just wanted you to see the totes with the numbers and the buckets with the numbers so that this next part will make a bit more sense. Okay, so here is where the boring part starts, but hopefully it's really helpful. And so basically I have my sheet organized by item, amount, the calories per bag, and then the total calories, like if there's multiple, which is a super important number I'll talk about in a second, and then where it is. I think it's relatively self-explanatory now that you guys have seen my totes. The T5, for instance, we tote 5, B6 is bucket 6. And so like that's those white buckets at the bottom. LGT1 is large tote 1. That's just got like mashed potato flakes and pasta. It's that big tote up at the top that's labeled scrapbook memories. It's full of light stuff because it's huge and it's up high. We didn't want to make it too heavy. And then also I have an LTS, which is just long-term storage. It's in a different spot in the house. And so basically this is our way that we know where stuff is, everything that we have. And so that's just the way that we do it. And I think it has worked really well so far. So like, for instance, this morning when I needed my rolled oats, I knew to go exactly where to go to get that bag of rolled oats because I have everything set up and organized in this way. Now let's go ahead and talk about really fast this total number. So basically, to know how many calories you need for your family is to take each member of your family, their calorie needs for the day, add that up. Then you have that number, your daily calorie needs, and you just multiply it out over time. Do it by like 14 if you're just starting and get yourself to 2 weeks. Then you can multiply by 90 to get yourself about 3 months. And then just keep going on and on to get to 365, which is your 1-year supply. So for us, I know for sure that we need about 4 million calories for a 1-year supply. We have just hit or we actually maintain pretty well about a 6-month supply of food. And so it's just hard to get to that 1 year mark. Getting to that amount of storage is huge. And so I'm still trying to figure that out. But for now, we're maintaining a 6-month food supply, rotating in and out. And the way that I know that is because I have my total calories here and they're added up at the bottom here for me. And so I know what number I am at. And so I have a lot of stuff that's not in this list. Things that I have not added in here, like all of our tinkyata pasta, bulk stuff that we eat is not in here, and other various items that we have. And so I would rather err on the side of, I don't know, like having more than I think I have rather than having less than I think I have, which I think honestly the vast majority of people have a lot less than they think they have. When you start actually looking at how much food it takes to feed people over time, you probably have less than you think, unless you have really been keeping track of it like this. And so basically I'll show you kind of what happens with this. So this is not a number that I enter myself. It's a formula in Sheets, which I think is fantastic. Basically you go to whatever, here, I'll go ahead and delete it. Let me just delete this. And then I'll show you exactly how you can make it. So you go here, and when you want to enter a formula, you start off with the equal sign. And now, well, because I don't know if this is only because this is the only one I use, or if this is just because this is the most common thing people are adding, it usually pops right up for me and I don't even have to think about it. But we have it here nevertheless. I'm going to just hit enter to get that in there. But you can see exactly what it looks like. It looks like equals, sum, parentheses, the first piece that you're trying to add up, which is D2, column D, row 2. And then the last thing that you want to add, which is column D, row 36 for me. But I'll show you another kind of really awesome thing about having the formula in place. And so right here, though, because I'm making my changes, I got my bag of oats out. I'm going to come here and take it out of bucket 5, which is where I got it from. And now I'm going to come over here. Come on, give me. I have only 15 bags now, not 16. And then I'm going to come over here also and adjust the calories. So I'm taking 5,400 calories out of this. The math is super easy here. We're going to do 81,000 calories. And then when I hit enter, watch this number. It just changed. So it did the math for me. So that's pretty great. Another thing that's really great about it though, so let me go in here. I'm going to add in a bag of mung beans. So I right click. I'm going to insert one row above. I'm going to come in here, do mung beans because I have a little spare bag of mung beans now. And that is 40,000 calories. And here we go, 40,000. And it has actually, it's done it for me. So the math got done. The row, when I added a row, the formula automatically updated to include the extra row. So it's just pretty great. Like once you get it set up, it's very helpful. And so I just really love this system. Like I said, it's free and super easy. And I hope that I've done a good job of explaining exactly how I do this. And I just really appreciate having this on hand and just knowing where everything is. And so once I order my 50-pound bag of oats, I'll stick that in here and then that'll definitely push me even closer to that 2 million mark. And then, you know, I know exactly what my family has at all times and I know where it is. And then all of the bags are also dated. When I put these bags in, I put the date on, and so I can keep track of the date in that way as well. Honestly, I probably should figure out how to do a date delineation in the sheet itself. I haven't figured that out. But yeah, this is the system that I use. And we just find it super helpful. It's simple, but it's effective. And I think that that's the best thing. And so now that I've made changes, I have another couple changes that I need to make just from some of the food stuff that we have on hand versus some of the stuff that we've taken out. I have a couple more changes, but I just want to not make this super long like my videos get. And I always print an updated sheet. So once I'm done making these adjustments, I will be reprinting this sheet. This will get recycled and I'll have a new sheet out so that I always have access to what I have, even if I can't get into my computer. And so just keeping that discipline of making sure that you are updating it every single time you make changes. And then also every single time you're adding more food, entering it in and just keeping that on hand keeping that on track is super important to your food storage and to your family's food security. And so it's honestly not something that takes a lot of time. It's not like, what the heck is this like white line? Great. I'm not refilming this. This is already like take 87. So you get to just watch me wipe this off. But anyway, this is super important to your family's security, super important to just knowing what you have. And I don't know, it's just great. And I hope that you guys got something good out of it. And let me know in the comments down below if there are any adjustments that you might make, anything that you think that you would do different. I would love to hear from that, because I love refining my systems and making things better. But yeah, I just hope you got something good out of it. And as always, I hope the rest of your day is good and your life stays wonderful. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys later. Bye. So I have about 6 months of food stored up over here on my shelves that you're constantly seeing in the background. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is like take 22. I don't know what the heck is up with me. I cannot get this intro done today. And I'm over here like, oh my God.